It is the middle of the night. The house is silent, and then you hear it. That low, dragging, hacking sound coming from the hallway. You find your cat flattened low to the floor, elbows out, neck stretched forward, head low, making a noise that sounds like something is stuck. You wait for it. You wait for the hairball. And nothing comes up. Nothing ever comes up. So you go back to bed and you tell yourself it is just a hairball thing. It happens. Cats do that. My friends, I need to tell you something as a vet. In most of those cases, that was not a hairball. That was an asthma attack, and you just watched it happen. Here is the good news, and it is genuinely incredible news. 5 of the most common triggers for feline asthma attacks are not out there in the world. They are inside your house right now, most of them within 10 steps of where you are sitting. You do not need to buy anything. You do not need a single new product. You need to remove 5 things, and for many cats, the coughing episodes drop dramatically within weeks. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Lucas Aoki, your neighborhood cat vet, and welcome back to the channel. Feline asthma affects somewhere between 1 and 5% of all cats, which sounds small until you realize that is millions of cats, and the majority of them are sitting in living rooms where nobody has connected the cough to the room. And here is why the clock matters. Every untreated attack drives more inflammation into those airways, and over time inflammation becomes scarring. Scarred airways do not go back. We can manage asthma beautifully. We cannot unscar a lung. So today, no long preamble. 5 things, one by one, why each one sets a feline airway on fire, and exactly what you replace it with tonight. Number 5 is the one I fight with owners about the most. Hit subscribe to join our educated cat parent community, and let's go straight in. Number 1, and I am starting here because it is the single most overlooked trigger in feline medicine, your litter. Watch what happens the next time you pour fresh litter into the box. You get that little cloud, that soft gray poof that rises up and hangs in the air. Now picture where your cat's face is at that exact moment, 2 inches above it, breathing in, twice a day, every day, for years. Here is the mechanism. A cat with asthma has an immune system that has decided a harmless particle is an invader. Inhale that particle and the immune system floods the airways with inflammatory cells. The smooth muscle wrapped around those tiny airways clamps down like a fist closing around a garden hose. The lining swells inward, and mucus fills whatever space is left. That is the attack. Fine clay dust is one of the most efficient delivery systems for that trigger that exists. An owner came to me convinced her cat's cough was seasonal. Every autumn, worse. Every autumn. It was not pollen. It was the bulk sack of cheap clay litter she bought once a year when it went on sale. So here is the correct way. Switch to a genuinely low dust litter. Look for coarser granules. Plant-based options like wood pellet, paper, or corn-based litter, or a low-dust silica crystal. Introduce it slowly by mixing about 25% new litter into the old, then increasing every few days, because cats reject sudden texture changes and a cat who stops using the box has just given you a second problem. And when you pour low and slow, right down at the surface, not from up high. Please hear this vet warning. Do not solve a dust problem by buying scented litter. Perfumed litter is dust plus an aerosolized fragrance sitting inside a small enclosed box with your cat's face in it. You have not removed the trigger. You have doubled it. Budget note. Wood pellet litter is often the cheapest option on the shelf per kilo, so this fix can actually save you money. Number 2. Anything you spray. Air freshener, fabric refresher, hairspray, dry shampoo, furniture polish, spray cleaner, deodorant. If it hisses when you press it, it is on this list. The reason aerosols are so brutal for asthmatic cats is particle size. An aerosol exists to suspend microscopic droplets in the air for a long time. That is the whole point of the product. Those droplets do not settle politely on a surface. They float, they drift, and they travel down into the deep lower airways where feline asthma lives. Your cat is also roughly 1/10 of your body weight and breathing faster than you are, so the same room delivers a far heavier dose to them than it does to you. I hear this one in my exam room constantly. An owner tells me her cat coughs mainly in the evening. We go through the day hour by hour, and there it is. She tidies the living room after dinner and sprays the sofa with a fabric deodorizer. Every night. The cat sleeps on that sofa. The correct way. Switch to pump sprays instead of pressurized aerosols wherever you can. Or better, put the product on the cloth rather than on the surface so nothing enters the air. Use plain hot water and a microfiber cloth for most daily cleaning. For deeper cleaning, dilute white vinegar or a fragrance-free enzymatic cleaner works fine. Crucial warning. Bleach and ammonia are common asthma triggers in cats, and ammonia-based products should be off your list permanently for another reason. Cat urine smells of ammonia. Cleaning a soiled patch with an ammonia cleaner tells your cat this is a toilet, come back. And if you absolutely must use something aerosolized, put your cat in another room with the door shut. Use it, open the windows, and give it 30 minutes before they come back. Number 3. The soft things. Blankets, the cat bed, the rug she needs every night, curtains, the cushion on the windowsill. My friends, these are not decorations to an asthmatic cat's immune system. They are reservoirs. Dust mites live in soft furnishings and feed on shed skin cells, and it is not the mite itself that causes the trouble, it is the protein in their waste. That protein is a classic inhaled allergen. Now add the fact that your cat does not sit on the bed the way you sit on a chair. She needs it, she circles it, she headbutts it, rubs her cheeks along it, digs into it, and settles down with her nose pressed directly into the fibers for 14 hours a day. Every one of those movements throws a small cloud straight into her face. But Dr. Lucas, you might be thinking, my house is clean. I understand. This is not about a dirty house. The cleanest home in the world has dust mites in the soft furnishings because they are living on skin cells that every mammal in the building sheds constantly. So here is what you do. Wash all cat bedding weekly at 60 degrees Celsius, which is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Because cooler washes remove the dust but not the mites. Fragrance-free, dye-free detergent, and an extra rinse cycle, because detergent residue on fabric is a trigger of its own, and your cat will groom it off. Vacuum at least once a week with a HEPA filter vacuum, and put your cat in another room while you do it, and for 20 minutes after. Vacuuming lifts far more into the air than it removes. And here is one that costs almost nothing. Change the filters in your heating and air conditioning system on schedule, and run a HEPA air purifier in the room where your cat sleeps. Not perfume, not an ionizer, a filter. Vet warning on this chapter. Watch for mold. Behind the washing machine, under the sink, around the window frames where condensation collects in winter. Mold spores are a powerful respiratory allergen for cats, and a cat who chooses to sleep near a radiator with a damp wall behind it is getting a concentrated dose of it every night. Number 4. Smoke. And I am not only talking about cigarettes. I am talking about tobacco smoke, wood smoke from the fireplace, the smoke off a candle wick, incense, and the smoke that comes off a pan when something catches in the kitchen. Any combustion produces fine particulate matter, and fine particulate is small enough to travel to the very bottom of the airway and lodge there. Now here is the part that most people have never heard, and it is specific to cats. Cats are not small dogs, and they are not small humans either. Your cat grooms every square centimeter of her body with her tongue, several hours a day. Smoke particles and tar settle onto fur. So a cat living with a smoker is not only breathing the smoke, she is eating it, dose after dose, every single grooming session. This is why studies in cats have linked household smoke exposure not just to respiratory disease, but to a significantly increased risk of certain cancers, including lymphoma and oral cancers. Smoking outside on the balcony helps, and I want you to do it, but be honest about the residue on your hands and clothing, because that is exactly where your cat rubs her face. An owner said to me once, "Dr. Lucas, I only light candles. That is nothing." Then she counted. 4 scented candles, most evenings, in a small closed flat with a cat who coughed every night. We removed the candles and nothing else for 3 weeks. The coughing dropped by more than half. Vet warning. Please do not use an open fireplace as background heating in a home with an asthmatic cat, and never leave a candle burning in a room your cat is shut into. Number 5. If you saw the thumbnail of this video, this is exactly what I was talking about. Essential oil diffusers and plug-in fragrance devices. I know. They smell wonderful. I understand completely why they are in your home. And I need you to unplug the one in your cat's room tonight. There are 2 separate problems here, and both of them matter. The first is mechanical. An ultrasonic diffuser exists to fill a room with a permanent suspended mist of oil droplets. It is an aerosol that never stops. For an inflamed feline airway, that is a continuous provocation, hour after hour, with no recovery window. The second problem is the one dog channels will never tell you, because it is not true for dogs. Cats have a limited ability to process compounds through a liver pathway called glucuronidation. Dogs and humans use that pathway to neutralize and clear phenols and related compounds efficiently. Cats largely cannot. So compounds that a dog metabolizes and excretes without a second thought accumulate in a cat. Tea tree, eucalyptus, peppermint, citrus, pine, wintergreen, ylang-ylang, and cinnamon are the worst offenders. And remember the grooming loop. Diffused oil does not stay in the air, it settles onto fur, and every particle that lands on your cat is a particle your cat will swallow. So here is the correct way, and it is very simple. No diffusers, no plug-in air fresheners, no scented wax melts, and no reed diffusers in any room your cat can access, which for most homes means the whole home. If you want the air to feel fresh, open a window and run a HEPA filter. That is it. Please hear this vet warning because it is the most important safety line in this video. If you ever find spilled essential oil on your cat's coat or paws, or if your cat becomes wobbly, drools heavily, vomits, or seems dazed after oil exposure, that is an emergency visit, not a wait and see. And do not try to scrub it off with anything harsh. Plain lukewarm water and a small amount of mild dish soap on the affected patch. Then call your vet. So let's put it all together. The litter and its dust. Everything that comes out of a spray can. The soft furnishings and the dust mites and mold living in them. Smoke of every kind, including candles. And the diffusers and plug-in fragrances. Now I can imagine you are looking around your living room feeling a little overwhelmed and possibly a little bit attacked. So here is the golden rule, and please write this one down. Do not change all 5 in one weekend. If you swap the litter, deep clean the house, and pull every scented product on the same day, and the cough improves, you have learned absolutely nothing, because you will never know which one it was. And if the litter change alone stops your cat using the box, you have created a brand new problem on top of the old one. So here is the formula. 1 change per week. Start with number 5. Because it is free, it is instant, and it takes 10 seconds. Unplug it tonight, then next week the litter, then the sprays. Keep a simple note on your phone of every coughing episode, the date, and how long it lasted. In 4 weeks, you will not be guessing. You will have data, and your vet will love you for it. Now I have to be straight with you, because this channel does not sell false hope. Removing these 5 things reduces triggers. It does not cure asthma. There is no cure for feline asthma, and any airway that is already inflamed usually needs medication, most often a corticosteroid to control the inflammation, and sometimes a bronchodilator to open things up, frequently through a feline inhaler and spacer, which most cats accept far better than owners expect. If your cat is on medication, please do not stop it because the house is cleaner now. Talk to your vet first, always, and here is the line where this stops being a home care video. If your cat is breathing with an open mouth, if the gums or the tongue look pale, gray, or blue, if she is sitting hunched with her neck extended and her elbows pushed out and cannot settle, or if her resting breathing rate while asleep is over 30 to 40 breaths per minute, that is not a video problem. That is tonight. Call the emergency clinic and tell them you think your cat cannot breathe. Say those exact words because that sentence moves a cat to the front of the queue and into an oxygen cage. And if you are sitting there right now realizing there has been a diffuser running next to the cat bed for 2 years, please stop. You did not know. Nobody told you. That is not neglect. That is a gap in information, and you just closed it. The fact that you are here at whatever hour this is, learning how your cat's lungs work, tells me everything I need to know about the kind of home she lives in. If this was useful, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that safe veterinary advice is worth showing to people, and it helps this channel protect a lot more cats. Subscribe so you never miss our deep dives into your cat's health. And in the comments, tell me one thing. Which of these 5 is still in your home right now, and which one are you removing tonight? Tell me about your cat. I try to read every single comment. And if you have a friend whose cat coughs and hacks and never brings anything up, please share this video with them. You might just change that cat's life. Give your cat a gentle chin scratch for Dr. Lucas tonight. Stay safe, always trust your instincts, and I will see you all in the very next video.